That person has on a ski mask. If you could just twist that ski mask, now that person can't see what they're fighting. You get the advantage very quickly. Little RPG action, probably would have lost a couple of limbs, a couple of other parts of his body, maybe. I think his teammate just ran in the grenade that was thrown. That's not good. Hey everybody, I'm back again. My name is Kevin Waller. I'm a retired special agent with the FBI, where I was also a certified defensive tactics instructor, certified firearms instructor, and a SWAT operator. Today we're going to watch Battlefield 3, the Paris Comrades mission. Let's take a look. Drives like my oldest son. Nice looking weapon there. Nice detail. Come a long way from Atari games. Like we got a three-man team. So even though it's only three aggressors or three bad guys here, yeah, they're doing quite a bit of damage. I guess that's realistic. Depends on what type of gear they have. If they have on, it doesn't appear that they have on helmets, but if they had on helmets, they have their vests on, and you're prepared, you know, anybody can, even one person could do quite a bit of damage. I think, unfortunately, we've seen some real life scenarios where single individuals have created all sorts of havoc and created some very deadly situations. So if they're prepared, if they got the ammo, right now these guys have the upper hand, it appears, until law enforcement or someone realizes this attack is going on. But they had the element of surprise. They could do quite a bit of damage initially, unfortunately. Well, hand-to-hand combat. I think his teammate just ran in the grenade that was thrown. That's not good. A lot of automatic fire here. Those weapons that they're utilizing more than likely have high velocity rounds. The projectiles coming out of those weapons are traveling really fast. In an office environment, there's no guarantee that the round is going to go through metal. So you got file cabinets, you have a lot of metal in there. I see a file cabinet to the left. Potentially these bullets could ricochet or bounce off of those items and hit the person that's shooting. So in a real world scenario, you'd probably be a lot more cautious. There is the potential for a round to strike something and bounce off of it and come right back at you, or one of your teammates. Took the time to examine that nice artwork. So the thing you have to watch out for when you're giving counts and you're getting ready to enter a room is if you're outside that door and you go 1, 2, 3, the bad guy hears you, they know exactly when you're going to make entry as well. So realistically, what you want to do is have something that's inaudible, maybe a squeeze, maybe a countdown even with your fingers without even making a noise, but make sure you can maintain as much tactical presence under the radar or soundness as you can. A huge law enforcement presence out there. If you have that many law enforcement officers that show up to a scene, they're usually pretty prepared. Maybe the intel that they had was that there were multiple individuals with automatic weapons, so law enforcement won't necessarily show up with handguns to a long gun fight. So I would think those police officers, as soon as they pull up, they know they have some idea what they're facing, and they're going to have the tools of the trade combat that threat. So I don't think it would be so easily done for the three guys to exit that building with that many law enforcement officers waiting on them. Yeah, they're utilizing a lot of vehicles here. So there are two things you want to consider, or that are taken into consideration in just about every encounter such as this. You got cover and concealment. If you have cover on a vehicle, you want to get behind the engine block. Like the engine block would stop a round. The metal parts of an engine block have a great chance of stopping a round from coming through. Car door, a car trunk, anything else, bullets probably are going to go right through it. So it's good for concealment being you can't see me, but as far as cover, meaning it's going to stop a bullet round, unless you're in front of that engine block, there's a much greater chance that the round is going to pass right through the vehicle, possibly striking you. Little RPG action. It looks like he's down for the count as well as he should be. More realistically, probably would have lost a couple of limbs from that, a couple of other parts of his body. Maybe RPG is nothing nice. So from that distance and that close to it, it's probably going to do quite a bit of damage to any structure and definitely any individual that's near it. Yeah, so in a hand-to-hand like this, pretty good, not bad. I guess I'm sitting here thinking about that ski mask. If you had the chance and the tactical wherewithal in the middle of that fight, not that you would. I mean, fights are fights and a million things are happening. But that person has on a ski mask. If you could just twist that ski mask just a little bit, or maybe grab the eyes and then pull it to the side, now that person can't see what they're fighting. So center a little bit, then you get the advantage very quickly. Pretty big destruction. Don't know what it was, but it was pretty bright, pretty good. If chemical agents are going to be utilized, I can't say I ever encountered that in my FBI career. In the military, you plan for things like that. In any type of chemical environment, you don't know if it's a nerve agent, a blister agent, you just don't know what you're dealing with. If you know what you're dealing with, you can plan for it or prepare for it. At the least, by having your chemical gear to cover all of your body parts, keep everything from being exposed, and your mask. Definitely got to have the mask. The only chemical that during my career that I've seen the FBI utilize has been OC spray, or pepper spray, so to speak. Anytime you use that, though, you have to be prepared. There are so many factors you have to take into consideration. If you're in a movie theater and you deploy pepper spray, then you may have taken care of the person that you sprayed, but you may have 100 other people that are now choking and gagging, and you're responsible for those people. So if you're outside and you spray it that direction, but the wind is blowing that direction, that's a bad day for you. So any type of chemical, I would think, regardless of what it is, you have to take so many things into consideration. The environment, which way the wind is blowing, what's the range of this spray that I'm trying to put out, so many considerations. Yeah, so in this video, there was a lot of shooting, a lot of things blowing up, which I understand it's a game. In real life, from a FBI perspective, the FBI is very methodical, and that's for a lot of reasons. Mainly being you want to control the environment. You want to keep your people safe, but you want to accomplish the task at hand, whatever that task may be. So yes, this video was very not unrealistic in how things were deployed, the weapons involved. As far as now, again, let me go back to saying bad guys. Bad guys can do whatever they want to. If a bad guy has 10 grenades and he wants to pull the pin on all 10 and throw them over his shoulder and run, he'll do it. He can do it. That's just what they do. Law enforcement, however, is much more responsible. What a great video that was. If you like videos like that one, check out Gamology on Facebook and YouTube, and check me out at fedboost.com. Thanks for watching. I guess that's pretty realistic. I think his teammate just ran into that. That's how they exit the metro at most metro stations.